Hi everyone, Rachel Jensen here, broker owner of Luna Realty Belize in the beautiful country of Belize. I am really excited to share Aruna updates with you. It has been some time, been a few months since we got on the line together to share what has been going on here. I know we've done the monthly walkthrough videos, but I wanted to talk more about the ownership options. We've had a lot of folks reach out recently and want to know more about what's available to own right now. So we're going to go through those options with you and with everyone who's tuning in on YouTube here. So we're going to be calling in, and I'm calling in today from Aruna here on site. It is a beautiful location. I'll give you a sneak peek of the room that I'm in. It is really beautiful. And then behind me, I don't know if you can see, there's the canal. Sorry, it got a little bright there, but the canal, the outdoor space. It is a beautiful day here on the island. So we're going to jump right in. I'm going to anticipate that this will be about a 30-minute session. And we're going to go through Aruna a little bit more in detail, go through the current models, and then answer a live questions and answer session. So let's talk a little bit more about the property, about Aruna. So Aruna is a small 6-acre property with a canal right through the middle, located about 5 minutes from the heart of downtown and about 15 minutes from the popular Secret Beach area. The word Aruna means sea god and also sun god. And so the developers wanted to be able to incorporate this place on the island. Obviously, we're right here by the Caribbean Sea. We're in Belize, so you have that tropics, and encompass it with a jungle feel. And so you'll see something at Aruna that I think is really unique compared to other properties here is you have the really beautiful waterfront features, but then you'll also have really lush landscaping. Now, the property is still under construction. Some landscaping has gone in, but the goal is to really make it be that relaxing place. And I think that they've really done a great job with that, being that you can be in the heart of the downtown area quickly, or you can be at the popular touristy Secret Beach area enjoying those turquoise seas. And something else that you'll find within Aruna is that the developers have really paid careful attention to ensure that everything that's done here is done to the highest standards and highest quality. And you will see a lot of attention to detail, a lot of little things that really do make a big difference, such as landscaping. We just talked about landscaping, but you will find that is not really a standard here when developers are putting in new projects. They'll just build, sell, and move on. So there's a lot of thought that has been put into this project here. So as the developers were coming up with the Aruna vision, what they knew is they had a canal that was running through both sides of their property. So what they wanted to be able to do was create this really boutique canal front community with high quality construction, and really beautiful Belizean hardwood finishes. So you will see throughout the entire property here, and even some of the photos and the renderings, the Belizean elements, the Belizean hardwoods that are incorporated throughout. Of course, we are in Belize, so we wanted to incorporate that, but we also wanted to make sure everything was done to the highest of qualities. And so I really love, and you'll see this in the sitemap, how the developers have also incorporated these really fun, unique features to the canal. So it's not just homes on the canal with little boats. They do have bridges that go over, connecting the amenities, connected to the common shared spaces. And then, of course, having those common area and the common elements. And I think something that a lot of developers miss when they develop here in Belize is those common spaces, the third spaces for people to come together. And so a lot of times buildings go up, maybe they landscape, maybe they don't. And they typically, in many cases, have a pool, but there's not typically much more than that. And we've had people say before, we're looking for a place that has a pool and it has a playground and it has this, and oh, where can I find a pickleball court here? And Aruna is really that all-encompassing place where you have the water elements, you have easy access to the downtown area and to the beaches, and then of course you have the amenities here on site. So again, highlighting the location, Aruna is located about a 5-minute boat ride to town and about a 15-minute cart ride up to Secret Beach. And Secret Beach is where you find the really bright turquoise waters. You can walk out for like a mile and only have the water go up to your waist for that mile, have a cocktail in hands, and just simply sit back and relax. Or you can jump on the boat. There's a community boat that will be servicing Aruna homeowners and guests, and that'll go right there into the heart of the downtown area. So something that you'll find when you come here is it's very peaceful, it's very calming, it's very relaxing, but you can jump into that craziness at any point if you want to do that. So in 2020, the land was acquired. We all know what happened in 2020. So it was a bit of a slow start. In 2021, the construction started. Here in Belize, there were a lot of stop, go orders because of everything going on with COVID. So project was stop, go, as was all of the construction here. So it took a little bit of time to get the construction off and going. Again, very common with all the construction that's happening at that point. But I would say in 4 short years, they have really made a substantial progress here, especially to the point of having the restaurant opening, having a soft open for phase one. It's really just been spectacular to see. A lot of that is making sure the right people are in place, making sure the right people are working on the project and with the project, and just seeing it all really start to come to fruition. So in 2024, this past year, there have been some really exciting milestones that the property has reached. So for example, the first one there is the property manager. She acquired the Belize Tourism Board license approval for the property. So in order to rent your property for nightly vacation rental, you need to have a BTB license. And I really appreciate what Aruna has done is they got a blanket BTB approval, a license for the entire property. And that means you're able to jump into the rentals as soon as your home is completed. You don't have to wait that year in order to get the BTB. Usually it takes about 10 to 12 months for new properties to get that BTB license. But the property manager, she started this process, a while ago. So she was able to get the approval, and we just had our soft opening. In addition to that, the resort and restaurant staff were hired. So this has been some really long-term planning or planning that is done by the developer and the property manager to make sure things are happening and moving. So they were looking for staff for the restaurant, they were looking for staff for the resort, and preparing for the soft opening that we have currently seen. In addition to that, Akasha, that is the restaurant here on site. It's a high-end coastal Caribbean farm to table restaurant. The picture that you see here on the screen is food that they've served at Akasha. It is so unbelievably good. The chef is incredible, world-class dining right here on site. And in addition to that, they have a professional mixologist. They have the bartenders get trained by this mixologist, and the cocktails are so incredibly good. We walked into the restaurant earlier. They're off today for a prep day, and they were making a cinnamon simple syrup. And you walk in and it just smells like apple pie. That cinnamon just went right up into our nostrils. It was so, so great smelling. So I just wanted a cocktail right then and there, but we decided to forego that to make sure we were on time for the webinar here. And then of course we mentioned this, but there's a soft opening for friends and family and owners. And because there are still a couple of units that are under construction here at Aruna at this time, we didn't want to have a full opening at that point. And then December 2024 is when we anticipate the property to be the first phase to be opened officially. At this time, the restaurant is open Thursday through Sunday. We're recording this in the beginning of September. So obviously, depending on when you're listening to it, things may have changed, right? So we just want to highlight that for the folks who are listening at this time. In addition to that, phase one and phase two homes are under construction. As I mentioned, we're at the last 4 homes in phase one, which is why we haven't had a full opening yet for phase one. But the properties have been occupied by friends and families, and also guests who want to be able to experience Aruna prior to purchasing. So you'll see some of the progress report. I think many of you have watched the monthly videos where you see the progress happening, and you're of course welcome to watch those. We'll put some of the links to the latest in the description below so you can see what's going on there. But this model, if you can see my cursor, this is the Kokora model. This is a 1-bedroom cottage, and these owners have decided to add a rooftop veranda. So they're going to be looking over the gardens area there into the lagoon. So really beautiful addition to their home. And then these 2 duplexes here on the top, they also added rooftop verandas. Andrea, if you're listening, I know you're adding the hot tub to your rooftop over here, but they're going to also be adding a wet bar and adding lounge chairs and just really making it a beautiful spot to be able to look over the water. Now, phase one and phase two are sold out, so we're going to be mentioning opportunities in phase three. But quickly, I wanted to mention some unique elements to this property that I truly have not been able to find in other properties here on Ambergris Caye. I've been on the island for 12 years. I worked with a real estate developer for 10. So you can imagine during the 10 years, I was very caught up on what our competitors at the time were doing. And even now, as I joined the Aruna group here, I've just truly found this to be an incredibly unique and welcoming property that has been so incredibly thought out, where many other properties are just kind of done either haphazardly or as they're getting funding or whatnot. This has been a very smooth, well thought out community. So first and foremost, I want to mention the location again. This, I think, is one of the biggest driving factors why people are deciding to own at Aruna, because they can be in town in 5 minutes with the community shuttle, or they can be up at Secret Beach in 15 minutes. So you're really getting the best of both worlds in a very, very short distance in time. In addition to that, it is probably one of the highest quality properties that I've seen. All of the new construction is built with the prefab steel cut construction, insulated styrofoam with a concrete finish. And it's just incredibly, incredibly durable. And if anybody is interested in the construction methodology, I have a whole packet on that. I'm happy to send it over to you. I know for some of our contractors and builders out there, it is an interesting read through. But I also do want to mention with these homes that they do come, the larger 2 and 3 bedroom homes, they come with a pool and a hybrid solar package. So you can do grid tie with your solar. You'll use solar during the day, connect up to the electricity during the nighttime, the public electricity. So again, just really unique features that I haven't found in other projects here. And then last but not least are the amenities. So I mentioned this, but the developer has really concentrated efforts on ensuring that not every single lot was going to be a home. He wanted to create green space. He wanted to build common areas, and he did integrate that throughout the site map. So for example, in phase 2, you're going to see an area that's been allocated for an outdoor gym, for a pickleball court, for a playground. Also in phase 1, what we've already seen is a beautiful pier that has the infinity pool looking right out to the lagoon. So really stunning views. There's also that outdoor bar right over there on the pier. So while you're in the pool, they'll be able to bring you fresh cocktails as you're just enjoying the view. In addition to that, there's the restaurant space, lounge area, and then the rooftop space. So really well thought out and all encompassing. And then in addition to that, with the third phase, there'll be a bridge that goes from the second phase to the third phase amenities. And there is where you'll have some outdoor kiosks for rental. So if you're somebody who's not quite ready to retire yet, you're still making breads and pastries, you want to sell that, you can certainly do that. Perhaps you're picking up a new hobby and you want to be able to get integrated into the community somehow and have a little shop, you can put that there. So there's been some great thought into the development of Aruna. So here are some photos of the pier. So I mentioned to you that infinity pool looking right over the lagoon, the little nests. I love these. Those are the Tulum inspired ones. And then that outdoor bar that I was mentioning to you, kitchen, if you can follow my cursor, restaurant, and then that rooftop space we were talking about that can be used for a wedding rehearsal, some events, some staff party, whatever can happen up in this space over here. And then, so just some more images of the downstairs pier area, pool right over here, and then that bar that we were just highlighting, and then the restaurant, and again, fine dining, some of the best food I've had here in Belize. The chef is world-class, just really, really dedicated to making sure that he's delivering high-quality food. So let's take a quick look at the site map. So I mentioned to you phase 1 and phase 2 are sold out. Phase 3 is the area that we're going to be focusing in this conversation. The pier that we just saw, that is, if you can follow my cursor here, the southern pier, and then the phase 3 is the northern side of the project. So the northern side is what we're going to be focusing on during this session. So we're going to jump into the models. There are a few home models that I want to highlight to you, and I can introduce why some people are choosing them versus choosing some of the other models. So the Itzmana Cottage, this is, I think, a very cute and charming property. In total, it's about 500 square feet. So it's ideal for somebody who doesn't need tons of space. Perhaps you want to put your property in the rental market. You want something a little bit different than what's already out there. Or perhaps you're planning to spend time here, but you really just need a crash pad. You have that full kitchen. You have that washer dryer. You have really everything that you need in this space here. Also, I do want to highlight that the pool is not included. That is an additional feature if that's something that you are thinking about adding. But you can see they're cozy, 500 square feet, but they're very cute, charming, have everything that they need. You can either be on the canal or you can be in the gardens. If you're on the canal, all in with the furniture, you're at about $262. These are all in US dollars. And then if you're in the gardens, you're looking at about $241. Again, right up to $242 in US dollars. I do want to mention that there's a price increase coming October 15th. There's a very good reason why there will be that price increase. We will share that reason with you as we get closer to that date. But if you are listening to the session after, please do note that the prices have increased. So you'd be a little late if you're listening after the 15th. All right, so let's talk about the Kokora model. This is probably one of the most popular models that have been purchased. And the reason I think that is because they're larger in size, they're about 1,000 square feet. They have that 1 bedroom up here where you can add half a bath or even a full bath if you wanted to cut back on that closet size. And in addition to that, it has a little home office. So if you're still somebody who needs to work from home, or perhaps you just want to have that workstation, you'll have that right here in your house. And then again, that full kitchen living space with that little cubby there for the TV. So again, very practical. This is, I think, the model that we have built the most of at this point, and one that we see a lot of people are certainly interested in. But you can see why it's very unique. It's something different here on the island. And again, you can be canal or you can be on the gardens side for this. If you're going to be on the canal, all in of the furniture, you're looking at about 304,000 US. If you're going to be on the garden side, you're looking at about, let's say, we'll round up to about 284. Again, for a single family home, very, very affordable here. I mean, haven't found these numbers for a single family home in any other place other than Secret Beach. And I know many people are looking for a community that's a lot more planned. Secret Beach, there's no planning there, so you don't necessarily know who your neighbor's going to be, which is what is something that's very valuable about being in a planned community, is you know that it's going to be developed and thought out, and what's around you. This is a very new model. I was waiting to share it with our group here, but it is a duplex model. This was created because we had a lot of folks who were asking about rental options. They wanted to have multiple bedrooms in order to rent, but didn't necessarily want the full 2-bedroom model. So this is a duplex model. You can see it's very similar in a layout to the Kokora cottage that we were just looking at, but there's the stairs, the outside stairs that'll bring you up here to the right-hand side. That's the second floor. And you can see on the second floor, there is that full kitchen. And then I love this element out here. There is the deck, the big deck and terrace overlooking the sunset views. So if this is an option for you, the canal front, there's the canal front option for $389. We'll round up to $390. And then on furniture all in would be about $404,000. So again, very affordable for 2 rental properties here. And perhaps you're somebody who wants to live in one and rent out the other, or come and go and not have to be moving your stuff in and out and then rent out the other one too. I think that would serve the purpose really quite well, because you do have that full kitchen here. You have that owner's lockout closet, right? There's the laundry closet here in the bathroom. So it's very, very well thought out for folks who are looking for that double rental income. Okay, here's one of our models that we found to be popular as well. It's the Canal Front Tula. This is a 2-bedroom. 2-bathroom. I do want to mention that the 2-bedroom and the 3-bedroom homes come with the lap pool that is already integrated into the home construction price. And then in addition to that, it does come with solar panels. The solar connects, doesn't have battery. If you want batteries, of course, you can upgrade, but it's a grid tie. So you'll connect up to electricity, the public electricity at night when the sun isn't out, and then use your solar during the day. So it's a really efficient way to be getting your electricity and not necessarily having that huge electricity bill at the end of each month. Something that I like about these homes is that they really have that Tulum inspiration with some Belizean finishes. So the developer is sourcing the furniture from Mexico, or anything that he can get made here locally, he will. He's going to be matching the renderings as closely as possible when it comes to furniture, so that you can really have an idea of what it is that you're going to be owning. So here's a layout of the 2-bedroom. Interior about 1,200 square feet, exterior about 750 square feet. All in, you're looking at about 2,000 square feet. Now, please note with the 2 and 3-bedroom homes, the price that you see includes the home and the lot. So this is a package deal. This comes together. We're not selling these lots off individually and then you build the home later. These are coming together. So I want to highlight that, because the developer is also offering financing. And the financing, 40% financing, would be on the home lot package, So the furniture package, you're all in, is about $528. We'll just round up there. And again, it includes the home and the lot, the pool, the solar, and that dock that you see over here. Now, some owners have decided to do some customization. Some have added a rooftop space. Some have changed around the location of the storage. If you're going to do batteries, is where it'd be. They moved it over here, moved the washer dryer here. Some have added another door over here for the covered terrace, so you can enter this way. Some have changed things around. You can really reconfigure things more or less. Obviously, you don't want to change it too much. You don't want to be changing the floor plan or the footprint, because then it would really become more of a custom home. But if you want to change, little things here, you can certainly do that. We've had some homeowners add surround sound systems, some who've added garages. So you can certainly take a look at the plans and then see talk about any modifications that would best fit what you're looking for. Now, this Udara 3-bedroom is very similar to the 2-bedroom we just looked at. It adds another bedroom here on the left-hand side. So still a 2-bathroom, but it adds that second bedroom all on the ground floor. So this would be about 2,300 square feet. And all in, you're looking at about 600,000. Again, these prices are only valid until October 15th. So if you are interested in learning more, please do let us know prior to that time, because after the 15th, I can't guarantee availability or what prices are going to be. So this includes the pool, the solar, and the dock, and it includes that home and the lot as well, of course. So again, something to note. And then a really exciting new model that I'm excited to share with you. It's a play on the Udara model. So essentially it's the Tula downstairs, that 2-bedroom downstairs. But where the change is this access lobby where you have the stairs that go upstairs and bring you to a big master bedroom, bathroom, and another lounge multi-purpose area with a kitchenette. And then in addition to that, it has a large veranda space. So this is ideal for somebody who wants something that's 2 stories. What you can also do is lock off this door here, the main door, and then have this top unit be a rental. So there's some flexibility there too. That can obviously be like a duplex model, but that would be up to you and what it is that you want it to be. So this all in, you're looking at about $665. So 3-bedroom, 3-bath, including the lot, including solar, including the dock, the pool, $365, incredibly reasonable here on the island for high quality construction with water access. All right, let's talk a little bit more about the phase 3 site map and where on this site map you're able to put each of the models. So let's start on the left-hand side. So where you see over here, this left-hand side, this is where the common area is going to be. So you have that bridge that I talked about from phase 2 going into the amenity area over here. You'll have the kiosk, you'll have the outdoor areas, a cafe, perhaps. So this will be a common space. Now coming to C7, this is the area where we're going to have the Tirana duplex. That was the one we showed earlier, that 2-story duplex that you could either rent both out, live in one, rent out one, not rent out any, have a friend live above you, whatever you want to do. A lot of flexibility there. Just launched that one. At future homes, so we're not sure here if we'll do more cottages or more duplexes. It depends on what the market's asking for. The C9 will do the cottages, so that it's Mana or the Kakora, 3 sites remaining. At this point, 6 have already sold. And then we only have 3 more spaces for the single family homes, the 2-bedroom Tula, the 3-bedroom Udara, or the 3-bedroom Udara Deluxe. So do note that C12, 13, or 14 can be any of those models, the Tula, Udara, whether it's the deluxe or the regular. So do note that. Obviously, it's up to you being where you want to be. And then the north, if you follow my cursor, this is in direction, but north would be above us, east to the right, south would be below, and then west would be to the left over here. So what I really like from this side is that as you get higher, you have really beautiful views of the lagoon, of the canal, the sunrise, the sunset, and it's just so quiet and relaxing over here. So let me talk to you about a few owner advantages, and then from there, we'll go through questions. So first is that it's turnkey in every aspect. So we've worked with many foreign buyers before. We understand that we want to make things as easy as possible for you. So you probably don't want to have to worry about paying your electricity bill. We can handle that for you. There's an in-house rental management company that'll take care of that for you. They've already taken care of the BTB licensing for you. In addition to that, there are the rental packages, so you don't have to worry about finding something that you like, sending it to Belize, making sure it gets through customs, making sure it gets to the island, making sure it gets picked up and brought to your place, making sure it gets unwrapped, making sure it's in the position that you want it to be. That's all taken care of for you. Turnkey furniture package. In addition to that, there is a titling coordinator. So the coordinator will make sure that everything is moving forward in getting your title once you decide to become an owner. Second is the developer financing. So this is not common for properties here in Belize where the developer will finance the home and the lot. So we were looking at the home lot packages. We were looking at the home packages. Please do note that he is offering financing for any of those properties that we just showed. So you'll have to put 60% down, and then he'll amortize it up to 20 years. You can do, it'll be a 3-year balloon and 8% interest. This is a great way if you are not looking to put 100% down right now, or you just need a little bit more time to gather funds. And also do note that there are no payments during construction. So you don't have any mortgage payments or financing payments during construction. That'll all be paid once the property is complete and handed over to you. In addition to that, there's a staged payment schedule. If you don't need the financing, there's a staged payment schedule during the construction process, so that as milestones are hit, that's as you're contributing more money. In addition to that, we talked about this, but customizations are possible when you're coming in pre-construction, and discounts on site here at the Akasha Bar and Restaurant. So I do want to mention to you that phase 3 is starting construction, I'd say this month. Next month, they'll be beginning with the foundations and then ordering the steel. Obviously, the steel is probably what takes the longest to get here. It's coming. They have shops in Costa Rica and also in Panama. So it does take a couple of months to get it here, and then a few more months to get the steel prepared. So I would say that it'd be the end of 2025 when we see phase 3 complete. That's awesome for people who are just coming in now, because it gives the resort a year and a half to really get the operations together, build the name, build the brand, and be able to bring renters, put heads on beds if an investment is something that is really important to you. And of course, if you're thinking investment, you want to be looking at properties that are different. You don't want to be looking at properties that have hundreds of other properties that are just like yours, because then you're not as competitive in the marketplace. And I really appreciate that at Aruna, the developers have decided to keep it this smaller boutique feel. There's not 7-story high rises all around. They've really taken the time to understand the lay of the land and provide something different here in the marketplace. So I mentioned this throughout the session, but there is that price increase coming October 15th, 2024. So please make sure you're reaching out to us with questions. I've had a lot of people who've expressed interest over the last year and a half, trying to get numbers together, get things confirmed, figure out which floor plan you want. This is the time, the next few weeks here, to really figure that part out, because of course we want to be able to give you the good rates prior to the price increase coming. So please do reach out to us today. We have a fantastic team who's here to answer any questions that you have. We have a bunch of resources available to you as well. If you're not able to get down here and see it in person, we're very happy to do a virtual tour with you through Zoom or WhatsApp. In addition to that, we can do the in-person tours, of course, if you're here in person, but we have resources like an FAQ guide, availability brochure, and performas that we'll send over your way if you are interested in learning more. You'll see our contact info. You can reach us info@lunarealtybelize.com, info@lunarealtybelize.com. That does come to me directly. So I will gladly answer your emails and your questions, and make sure that you get all of those details that you have been looking for. So going through the questions here. So there's a question about HOA. How much is the HOA? So we did cover that a little bit on the slide. I don't apologize if I didn't mention them out loud. But HOA is dependent on the size of the model. So it starts around $300 a month for the smaller models, and then it goes up to $400 a month for the larger models. And so HOA, I have a whole list of what the HOA includes. But it includes that boat shuttle that goes back and forth, the landscaping, upkeep of the common areas, upkeep of the amenities, course, your usage of the amenities. And there's what else? There's a lot more that's included. There's water is included, since we're on a well here, and we have water catchment cisterns. So I'll send you the whole list. Feel free to reach out, and we can get that over to you. Again, best email address for us is info@lunarealtybelize.com, info@lunarealtybelize.com. And someone else is asking, how's the restaurant doing? The restaurant is doing well. So the chef strategically decided to open during slow season in order to prepare the staff, make sure they have the menu down pat. And we've seen right now a lot of expats that are coming out here. It's a really different location, a really different feel, different vibe for anything else on the island. So we're seeing people come out here for special occasions, coming with a group of their girlfriends, they're coming with friends to catch up, hopping in the pool. So it's a really good group here. So hopefully they'll have some Sunday brunch specials. I recommended some 2-for-1 mimosas or 2-for-1 Bloody Marys or something like that. We always appreciate that on good brunch days. But right now they're only open Thursday through Sunday. Again, just during slow season, and then they will regulate the schedule as we get into high season here. So very, very good question. We have somebody else asking, how do I see the property? Please do reach out to us. It is still a construction site, so they don't necessarily want people just walking on it at any point. We can coordinate the boat to go over and see the property, or if you're in the Secret Beach area, we can of course meet you down here as well. But yes, we would love to show you around. There's a lot going on, and of course it helps to have somebody guide you through and see what's going on here. All right, so I'm seeing some more questions come through. They're fairly specific though about what sort of change orders can I do to my home. Reach out to us for that, and we can pull up the floor plan and go through them one by one, or based on what you're interested in, and talk about them a little bit more. All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. It's great to see everybody, and hopefully we'll see you here in Paradise soon. Bye-bye.